The Mississippi Department of Health has been working some time to close the locations. If mothers in South Haven, DeSoto County show up here, they're going to be in for a rude awakening because these doors are closed. If you look in here, you can tell that the Mississippi Department of Health for WIC has already cleared.
Tell you that more than 20,000 voters have requested absentee ballots and 170,000 arrived here on Monday, so they've been working diligently for the past 3 days. I want to show you, this is where all the action is happening. These workers are putting your ballots and affidavit inside of the envelope along with some other information to make sure that you're able to track your ballot when you get it.
This is where the accident happened. Police believe the driver ran off the side of the road and jumped this fence and flipped over into the pond. You can see it here. Now this is off the side of Ridgeway Road and Briarcrest. What you're looking at is the pond. We shot some video earlier of what it looked like when that car was overturned. You can see it here on your screen.
One, this is a bad situation. We don't know exactly what's happened to this woman. We can tell you that a crime scene investigators are on the scene at this time, and I want to hurry up and get to that off of Getwell and Lamar. You can see the scene here, several police cars here, and also this, again, the crime scene investigators, to differentiate the two, they're wearing the beige pants that we see here. Those are the investigators. Now, not too long ago, police and investigators just put up barricades over the woman's body. It is by this vehicle with flashing tail lights.
Just imagine that Christian Brothers High School is going to be quiet today because classes are temporarily suspended.
We showed you on the inside how it was empty. We'll just look over here. Things have been cleared out. We can see that there's furniture, even some file cabinets, and also some computers. Now, the Mississippi Department of Health is closing 13 of its food centers that serve nutritional needs for women, infants, and children. To show you, this is one of those scenes that makes you want to pull over and just pray for somebody. You can see that this car is really crushed here. It's the silver vehicle. 3 vehicles involved all total, but 2 pedestrian vehicles, but we have a large garbage truck, it appears. Now, to kind of give you a little bit of information that we know so far, MPD says that one of those vehicles ran into the garbage truck, slid underneath it. I just did a really quick Google search, and it says a long-haul garbage truck weighs about 80,000 pounds. You can imagine the impact that can have on an individual.
We begin with breaking news from overnight. Both city and Shelby County leaders have proclaimed a week of nonviolence. It begins today, and already the violence continues. 2 shootings are under investigation this morning. One of those is deadly. Take a look at this map.
Now, I have a sample ballot that they gave me. The Election Commission says that instructions are included in each ballot. So here is an example of the instructions. It has a picture on here and what you need to do and how you need to fill it out. So you have your envelope. This is the affidavit, and you put that back inside your envelope once you fill out your ballot. Now, I also want to show you that this is important to note, that this is what you sign, folks. You sign the affidavit and you put in your envelope. You don't sign your ballot, you fill out your ballot.
That's right. 2 people have been arrested so far, but the protest is actually moving down Union. You can see folks are chanting no justice, no peace.
Well, the count is on at this point. Election workers got here. They went through a process to check in, and once they checked in, they were assigned their tables. There are about 100 different tables. There are more than 200 different workers here. Each of them are nonpartisan. There's 1 Democrat and there's 1 Republican at each table.
First, Fox 13's Amicia Ramsey joins us live from Earl, Arkansas. That's just 20 minutes east of Wynn. Amicia, heavy rain, winds. It all left a mess behind for those folks to start cleaning up at daylight.
It did, Merle. I can tell you that we've been all over the place in Arkansas, from West Arkansas to East Arkansas. I want to show you some of the most significant damage that we've seen here in West Arkansas, here in Crittenden County. That a roof from an old school was blown over. We're in the parking lot, and this is what you're seeing right now. The roof is just on the ground. It nearly hit a building right next to it. This structure is another school. You can see some damage to the gutter. Now, before we came here to Earl, we were in Wynn, and when we arrived there, we saw people just stepping out of their homes, beginning to assess the damage in the streets. Now, where we saw there, these are some clips earlier, where we saw emergency management crews working swiftly to clear the streets and neighborhood roads where downed trees and branches blocked off drivers. I was also told a local grocery store there named Hayes had air-conditioned units that were blown off by strong winds. They can say it can take nearly through the weekend in order to repair that damage. Now here back in Earl, let's take a look at this roof again. It is in the parking lot, and again, this looks like most of the damage that we've seen here has been very, very significant. Now, coming up at 10 o'clock, we will give you more details about the old Earl High School and what this building means to the people here in that community. That's coming up at 10. Reporting live in Crittenden County, Amicia Ramsey, Fox 13 News.
I spoke with the mother of the daughter who says that alleged beatdown should have never happened at her daughter's place of work. Now she's questioning how the daycare handled the situation. This is Akilah McKay, who says she works at Joanne's Kids Learning Academy in Fraser. Police reports I obtained say she was attacked Wednesday. The report says there was a dispute between McKay and another woman. I spoke with McKay's mother, who shares the same name.
At that point, I thought it would be best if I just go ahead and call the police, which I let her know. I was going to just call the police so I can get this young lady's information because she just assaulted my daughter at her daycare.
The police report I read says the daycare had no record of the woman who allegedly assaulted McKay, and now McKay and her mother wonders why.
Get off that property. No, don't talk. Who can I speak to? The director?
He's not here. He's not here.
Do you have a number I can reach her?
So I went to Joanne's Kids Learning Academy. No one would talk to me about the incident.
Do you think she's kind of sweeping this under the rug?
I definitely think she's sweeping it under the rug, either because she doesn't want the spotlight on her business or because she actually knows this person.
McKay says her daughter has a pre-existing health condition and her daughter had to be treated at Le Bonheur. She says that her daughter fears going back to work. And she is hoping that the folks at the daycare will help assist police find the unknown woman. Reporting live in Memphis, Amicia Ramsey, Fox 13 News.
All right, thanks.
13 News.
And only on Fox 13, more and more women are embracing their natural hair. But while this may not seem like an issue, it is for some. Fox 13's Amicia Ramsey joins us live now. Now, Amicia, natural hair, it's something, as I said before, many women of color, they feel uncomfortable wearing it in certain spaces like work. We're seeing more and more women on the news wear their natural hair, and you're wearing yours this morning. How does it feel?
Well, Lauren, it feels really good. The word that I can think of is liberating, and I can just imagine some women who might think it's taboo to even think or consider about wearing their natural hair at work. Now, I spoke with a woman. She's a hairstylist here in Memphis who says that it took her many years to build the confidence and to learn her hair, and she's hoping that this act will help be the protection that women need in order to give them the confidence they need to wear their own natural hair in those spaces.
It's just about cutting it. Like wigs.
For the past 16 years, Jasmine McCraw has been working to help women feel good about their hair. She owns Chic Standard Salon in Memphis. Before helping clients with their look, it took her years to build up her own self-esteem.
I just wanted to break that generational curse of being the little girl that was bullied.
The bullying often led her to question why she didn't have silky hair like some of the other girls in grade school. A story many black women can relate to. For centuries, black women have felt pressured to live up to European standards of beauty.
I hear people talk about good hair because it's like, well, is my hair not good enough?
In the black community, good hair is perceived as straighter or loosely curled hair. Every year, black women like Maya Pullard spend hundreds up to thousands of dollars keeping their hair styled and well groomed. According to Nelson, black Americans have the ethnic hair and beauty market on lock. Nelson reported black people spend 9 times more than non-black customers and contribute up to 85% of all U.S. beauty industry sales in 2017, even though blacks only make up 14% of the total population. Jasmine says her mom grew very long dreadlocks, but was forced to cut them or risk slipping on the climb up the corporate ladder.
Working in corporate America with sister locks, once she reached a 6-figure sales goal, they said, we will not promote you anymore if you don't cut your locks.
Monday, the Crown Act, which is to create a respectful and open workplace for natural hair, passed in the House of Representatives. A California law that prohibits discrimination based on hairstyle and texture. In 2017, the Golden State was the first state to pass a law to protect against such discrimination. 6 other states, including New York, have already adopted similar versions of the law. While more than 15 states, including Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi, filed Crown Act legislation, but it didn't pass. Jasmine says she's remaining hopeful that the tide could turn now that the U.S. Senate may make it illegal to discriminate against people based on hair texture.
We're seeing now that we're in a very social unjust time. We're in a very prevalent time for speaking up and letting your voice be heard, whether it comes to the election, whether it comes to gay rights, whether it comes to Black Lives Matter. So the Crown Act is right in the time that it needs to be in.
It passed by the Senate and the President. The Crown Act would go into effect across all 50 states, protecting people from being discriminated against their hair. Now, just for the record, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been so supportive, especially my Fox 13 family, who's told me that my hair looks great today. Reporting live in Memphis, Amicia Ramsey, Fox 13 News.
We do have breaking news right now. Any moment.
It's taken Erica Cox years to work up the courage.
Most of it start right in the center of my head.
To share her struggle with hair loss.
Only my family knew about my struggle with alopecia.
The makeup artist and business owner says she covered her thinning hair with wigs, weaves, and extensions until now.
Think about all the people who feel the way I feel, like confined or suffering in silence.
Black people contribute to 85% of all U.S. beauty industry sales in 2017. Even though blacks are 14% of the U.S. population. And every year, black women like Erica dish out hundreds to thousands of dollars to keep up their hair.
It's hard, especially with women of color. Like, your hair is like your everything. I definitely was on the trend train of buying frontals and buying expensive bundles.
Costing Erica more than just money.
Traction. It's pulling on your edges or on your hair, because it probably wouldn't have progressed if I had treated it earlier.
More than 3 million people in the U.S. are dealing with alopecia, a hair loss condition transcending beyond race and gender.
There's some spots that were just completely gone.
Erica recently decided she had enough of keeping up with beauty standards and shaved her head bald, receiving an overwhelmingly amount of support.
I feel like I just cut off all the stress. The hair that was left felt like the stress was just going in the garbage.
But there were some downsides, like hateful comments.
I feel like it was an easy target for people to be very opinionated, for people to be ugly.
Despite that, she says she doesn't regret her decision of carving her own lane when it comes to beauty.
Enhancing what you already have is pretty much, this is what I got to work with. Let me see, can I enhance that?
Now, Erica is the founder of an organization called Foundation Under the Foundation. She holds a expo quarterly where she brings in models, hairstylists, and other people to show up and show out in their talents. She says she hopes to bring models with alopecia at her next expo in September in order to bring awareness. Reporting live in East Memphis, Amicia Ramsey, Fox 13 News.